Hello everyone, welcome to GameTech UK and another truck driver video. In this video, I'm going to be going through and answering the 10 most asked questions that I get on my truck driver videos in the comments section. Before we get on with that, top right there'll be a playlist popping up of all my truck driver content. If you're excited about the upcoming release on the console of Truck Driver, check that playlist out. There's loads of information in there. Feel free to subscribe. Also, as soon as I physically can, I'm going to be streaming the console version on Twitch, and the first line of the description below, there'll be my Twitch channel. Feel free to come over and follow me there. But let's get on with today's video. One of the questions I get a lot is who is actually making Truck Driver, and most importantly, how many people are actually working on the title? Well, it's being made by Triangle Studios. That's the developer's name, and the publisher's name is Sedesco. At Triangle Studios, there's about 15 people working purely on Truck Driver, and there's about a further 10 people at Sedesco, the publisher, also working hand in hand and getting ready for the release of Truck Driver later this year. Another regular question I get from people, and also causes a little bit of concern as well, are the trucks in Truck Driver licensed brands, or are they made up? Are they Mercedes, DAF, MAN? No, they're totally made up fictional brands. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Before you just say, oh, I'm not interested because I haven't got my favourite Mercedes in there. One of the main reasons is when you get hold of a license, one, it's a very lengthy process. Two, there's usually a revenue share system. So when you buy Truck Driver, some of that portion will go to the licensing holders, and obviously within a game like Truck Driver, that would mean quite a few license holders, Mercedes, DAF and MAN. So that, you know, it would slow things down. Some of the money that you pay would be towards the licensing, not the actual game. And also, one of the most important reasons for this is the fact that acceleration, deceleration, fuel usage, everything like that has got to be by the book. All the customization options can only be the ones that are available direct from the manufacturer. Colors can only be the ones that it comes out the factory with. It slows it down. And with Truck Driver being less of a sim and more of a simulator of what it's like to be like a truck driver, it seems less important to have branded trucks. And also for someone like me who isn't a truck buff, when I look at the trucks, I think they look absolutely perfect, and I know a lot of people do as well. If you put a Mercedes badge on the front of that, you could totally trick me. It's not really important to me. I know with some people it is important, but these are the reasons why Truck Driver has fictional brands. So how many different trucks are in the game? Well, currently there's 10 trucks. Now I'm hearing from the developer that they're hoping to add a couple more just before launch, but there is currently 10 entirely different trucks. Now they are all of a European style. Now I've voiced my opinion on more than one occasion that I would love to see American truck or American style trucks in this game. I think it'd be a perfect fit. It's a fictional location, they're fictional brands. I see no problem with putting in an interesting American style truck. And I know from the comments that you leave as well, a lot of people really want American style trucks. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if it isn't at launch, it might have an update afterwards with an American style truck. But currently 10 trucks. That leads on nicely to another question regarding customization. A lot of people love customization in a game like this, and the question is, can you customize, and if so, is there much to do? The answer is absolutely yes. Once you go back to your garage, you've got over 100 different options for your truck. Everything from the cabin to lights, to bull bars, to fuel cap covers, to mudguards, to engines. You can upgrade the engine. You can even change the gearbox to be manual, change all the colors. You can really make this your own. So customization is a big thing in Truck Driver. So with a game like Truck Driver, the cargo that you're going to be hauling is fairly important. It keeps it interesting. It looks cool. So one of the questions I get asked a lot is, what sort of stuff are we going to be hauling from one customer to the next? Well, there's a lot of different cargo in Truck Driver. You can expect to be hauling huge loads of tree trunks, massive steel pipes, even boats, so other vehicles as well as huge fuel containers. So there's a lot of variety, a lot of potential for maybe future updates like double trailers. But out the box, there is a huge amount of options to haul from one customer to the next. So a question I get a lot, and one which a lot of people are uncertain on, is how do you get your missions in Truck Driver? Is it a bit like Euro Truck, where you go to a list and you just pick which job you want? No. Part of the uniqueness of Truck Driver is the fact that you're going to meet people in the open world and build relationships. That's what this game is about. It's a fun game, building relationships in the community and getting trusted with more jobs. Now, you're going to meet 7 characters from 6 different industries. For example, one of the industries, the construction industry, has got 2 members of the same family working against each other. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what the other industries are. You can find them literally yourself driving around the map. But you go and meet the people, you build trust, you build responsibility with them, you prove that you can do the job, you get given longer jobs, more valuable jobs, and it's done that way. So that is the unique part of Truck Driver and how you're going to get your missions. One very regular question, and it's a valid point as well, it's a valid question, is can we compare Truck Driver to Euro Truck and American Truck in terms of the size of the map? Are we going to go on hour-long journeys? Is there different states? These are all questions that I get. And the answer to that is a very simple no. It's nowhere near as big as Euro Truck. But if you think of how Euro Truck was actually released and compared to the game it is now, you know, that's evolved, and Truck Driver can evolve as well. And saying it's a smaller map doesn't mean that it's not fun. You know, you're going to be coming across things like motorways, towns, villages, harbours, even a nuclear plant. I would compare Truck Driver with something like Bus Simulator in terms of the map size rather than Euro Truck. You know, they're not trying to compare with Euro Truck. They're not trying to be the same game as Euro Truck. This is a very much a game in the life of a truck driver rather than a huge simulator. So that's not a bad thing. The locations, and you've already seen some of the graphics in the last development updates from Sodexo and in my videos as well. The environment is fantastic. It's just not the biggest environment and something to compare with Euro Truck, but that does not mean it's not going to be fun and interesting to play. Now, one of the most regular questions I get is Truck Driver going to have a multiplayer mode? Now, this is a great question, a great request. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen at launch. There's a difference between AAA development and indie title development. If this was a AAA title, there would be a small team working on the multiplayer mode, ready to release at day 1 or maybe a post-launch patch a couple of weeks afterwards. Indie development hasn't got that luxury, but what they do want to do is give you the most fullest title possible without spreading themselves too thin, so they are going for a single player experience. Now, with indie development, depending on how well this game does for Sodexo and Triangle Studios, really determines how much they can put into development post-launch. So if it does really well, who knows? I know for a fact that the developers would love to introduce a multiplayer mode, but their time, effort needs to be concentrated on the release that you're going to buy on day 1. So straight away, it's not going to be online, but who knows? That is a possibility for the future. So another regular and another good question, is Truck Driver going to have wheel support for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4? And unfortunately, it's still an unanswered question. So it is frustrating. I want to know the answer. I know you want to know the answer. I do know that Triangle Studios are working really hard to get the main brands working with the title, Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec. I know they want to get it working. And a lot of people leave me drastic comments such as, well, if there's no wheel, no buy. And I do understand that point of view. And I want to play it with a steering wheel as well. But I know that not everyone wants to play it with a steering wheel. So a lot of the attraction of this title is the fact that you can just go trucking whilst having your feet up on the sofa playing on the controller. So I know for a fact it's not the be all and end all to everyone, but a lot of people, you know, put trucking, put driving straight with a steering wheel, far more immersive, more enjoyable, and we just want to know the answer. So as soon as I've got that answer, I will make a separate video letting you know, and hopefully we'll have official word from Sodexo very, very soon regarding wheel support. But at the moment, it's still an unanswered question. So that leads me on to my final, most left comment or question on the Truck Driver videos, and you've probably guessed it. When is the title coming out? Actually, tell a lie, it used to be that sort of comment, you know, when is it coming out, do you know? Now people just leave a comment going, well, I know when it's coming out. It's coming out on the 28th of June because I've got it pre-ordered at Amazon. That is just a placeholder date. So websites like PlayAsia, Amazon, they have to put the date in there, and for some reason they've chosen the 28th of June, and for some reason people think it's gospel. It's not coming out on the 28th of June. The official line is sometime in May, Sodexo will release an official announcement letting you know the exact release date. So we haven't got long. They're not releasing the game in May. They're going to release the release date. So at least then we know how long we've got to wait. We can keep an eye on the development process right up until release and just relax and know that it's coming. So there you go, everyone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's been informative for you. If it has, please leave me a little cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section below. As you know from my other truck driver videos, I love to get involved in the conversation. So if you've got anything you want to say about the information that we spoke about today, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. Don't forget that follow on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming this as soon as I physically can, and Twitch will be where that will be. And also don't forget to follow Tedesco. I'll put their YouTube channel in the link in the description below as well. That is it, everyone. Have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one.